This episode of the Brilliance Plus Passion podcast is brought to you by Groundhog Day is an event, not a business strategy. Are you ready to finally solve those pesky issues that keep holding back your business success and never seem to go away? Embrace the power of the S.P.R.I.N.G formula that unearths the issues and opportunities burrowed beneath the surface, and grow your business so you thrive from your intersection of your brilliance and your passion. Claim your copy today at www.thegroundhogbook.com. Welcome to the Brilliance Plus Passion podcast. Join us as we celebrate entrepreneurs, business creators, and brilliant minds who reveal what they are doing to make the world a better place by being part of it. Be sure to visit our website at www.brilliancepluspassion.com. While you're there, subscribe to us via your favorite network. Now sit back, lean in, tune in, get your notepad and 2 pens ready, and let's get started.
Hi, my name is Adam Homey, and welcome once again, and thank you for your wise decision to invest in yourself today. The Brilliance Plus Passion Project is all about featuring those who make the world a better place by being part of it and their contributions to it. And today we have somebody I've been looking forward to speaking with for actually a fairly long time. Her name is Bri Seeley. She's known as the Entrepreneur Coach, and she is somebody who can help you whether you're ready to make your first dollar or your first million. Her work helps you to create long-term sustainable success on your terms. Now, you may have seen her winning awards as a top entrepreneur coach on Google or any number of press outlets such as Good Morning America, The Today Show, Forbes Entrepreneur, Women's Health, and more. And there is more to this story, but we're going to have Bri tell us. Welcome aboard. It's great to have you here today.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Fantastic. So first question, how does the work that you do make the world a better place for your clients, customers, and the world at large?
Yeah, so I really help to empower people to become the creators of unlimited wealth. So It is an inside-out process that really helps them kind of exit the wage paradigm to strengthen within themselves the ability to create the wealth and the results they desire in their life.
Right. So when you say the wage paradigm, does that also include the hourly work paradigm?
Yep.
Yeah, because that's kind of like a wage when you really think about it.
Yep.
So I alluded a bit to it in my introduction, but I wanted to save it for you so you could share in your own words. What is it that you actually do? Like the product, the service, what is it?
Yep. I am a bespoke business coach. So whether you
bespoke, I like those fancy words.
Yeah. Whether you're just getting started or you have a business and you want to take it to the next level, I help people really from the inside out transform their business so that they can create the kind of wealth they want to create through it. So we identify your future vision. We upgrade your mindset through hypnosis, really programming you towards the results you want. Then we come up with a custom strategy, and then we execute and implement.
Fantastic. What are a few of the questions, like the FAQs, that tend to come up when people are asking you about what you do?
I mean, I think the biggest one from people that I get really honestly is like, is it possible? I ran a 10K in 10 days challenge this summer, and I got so many comments. I got more comments from people about it not being possible than I got people that enrolled. So people really want to know, like, I don't really believe it's possible to create unlimited wealth for myself. Like, is it really possible? Another question I get asked a lot is, well, I've already tried everything that everyone has told me is the guaranteed way to success, and it hasn't worked. So like, why would I work with you? Why should I trust you? Why is your method different? And then the last one, which is my favorite one I get asked a lot, is, can I just get all the information I need on Google?
Right. Yeah, that's a good one. In my work, what I primarily do is I work with entrepreneurs to launch their podcasts as their key networking, client attraction, and celebrity expert branding tool. And I get a lot of that. It's like, well, I read an article that says that all you got to do is just load a file onto Anchor and you have a podcast.
Not the same thing.
Not even close. So, what are a few questions you wish people would ask?
One question that I really wish people would ask is, what if I could create more than I currently believe to be possible? Really opening up with that curiosity to allow yourself to get into that stream of unlimited wealth creation. Another one is, why can't I simply follow a generic step-by-step guide? And then the last one would be, how do I really truly empower myself to create that ultimate unlimited vision?
Yeah. And, that's what I run into a lot in not only my own work, but what I see in others and what they're doing is people will sometimes invest in solutions, products, and services because they want to check off a box. And I run into this in attracting clients for the podcast reach system. They think that, okay, well, I'll just put a follow up on this little platform and hey, look, I have a podcast now. And I just sort of benignly shake my head because I know eventually they're going to come back to me asking why they haven't monetized it, why they haven't gotten any clients from it, why
Yep.
no money is flowing to their bank account, and why nobody's talking about their podcasts. Meanwhile, I can have a podcast go live on launch day and have 3,000 views on it first day. We've accomplished that.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of why I call myself a bespoke business designer, is because,
Yeah.
and this will kind of lead into the next question I know you're going to ask me, but I truly do not believe that there is a one size fits all anything. I ask people, have you ever walked into a store where the store only sells one thing in one design, in one color, in one size? And the answer
Yeah.
is no, you haven't, because there is not one thing in one style, in one size, in one color that works for every single customer that's going to walk in the door. And yet people sell these generic, like, oh, well, if you just follow these 5 steps, you'll reach $1 million. No, you won't. You will not, because every single person's journey is unique.
Right. When I was a website conversion consultant, back when that was a separate practice about 10 years ago, dear friend of mine did a consultation with me, and he told me that he had spoken with about 14 other people who did that same type of work, and he asked them, what do I need to do to make my website convert better? And all 14 of them had mentioned some variation or combination of wanting to run some sort of split test or headline test or initiate an offer and follow engagement on email follow-up sequences, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And he came to me and he said, I've gone through all this. I just want you to tell me, what is the change that I need to make to my website right now? And I told him, whether you like this or not, I'm going to be the 15th person to tell you the same thing, because that question can't be answered without an understanding of your offer, your audience, and the extent to which any synergies or connections between the two even exist.
Yep.
So it goes back to that. Now let's have some fun. This is where I really get to play with this whole thing a little bit, and this is where we get to show our audience a bit about who Bri Seeley is. So first, what would people who know you be surprised to learn about you?
Oh, shoot, I misread this. I thought it was, what would people that are just getting to know you be surprised to learn about you?
No. These are the people
Darn
who know you well. What's the zinger you could still pull on them?
Ooh, well, this is gonna not track well because I just gave a teaser that I was gonna tie it in. What is one
It'll
thing?
track fine.
Let's see. I have actually, here we go. I have really bad name anxiety. Like, I am always worried that I'm going to call someone the wrong name or pronounce their name wrong, or I have such bad name anxiety, like really bad. And no one would guess it about me. Everyone thinks I'm super confident, all this stuff. Terrible. When I have assistants with me at events, I'm like, listen, I'm not going to introduce you to anyone, and it is your job, because I am so terrified of saying the wrong name or mispronouncing someone's name. It's bad. Takes up a lot of space in my head.
Wow, that's interesting. What do you hope people say about you when you're not around to hear it?
That I didn't ask you if I could swear beforehand, so I'm not going to.
You can say whatever the hell you want, God damn it.
Okay. Well, I hope that they say that I give a fuck. I'm very
Uh-huh.
purposeful. One of my mantras is zero fucks. And I'm very purposeful about where I give my fucks and who I give them to. But when I do, I give a lot of fucks about the people and things that I care a lot about, including clients, inner circle, all that stuff. And so I really truly hope people feel how much I care.
Well, I can certainly sense it, and I see how us shifting that conversation as we just did, actually, I saw it. I'm not sure if you saw it for yourself, but there was a bit of an elevation in how your face just slightly tilted up and your voice elevated when we spoke about this repository of fucks you have available to distribute as you see fit.
It's true. I'm very purposeful about it, but when I do give one, I give it with all of my heart and soul.
Yeah. So if you could go back in time and change one thing you've done, one thing you've experienced, one thing that's happened, what would it be and why?
It's so hard. I go back and forth with this question. I try to live without regrets. And there is one thing in my past that I wouldn't do. When I was 26, I bought a house.
Yeah.
And it was in 2009, right? When everyone's like, oh, the market could never go any lower than it currently is.
Oh, yeah.
And then I ended up 4 years later turning around short selling my house because I was not in a place that was aligned for me. I was not happy. I was in a job I hated.
Mhm.
It was a lot. So, as much as I learned from it, there's still a part of me that's like, oh, I wish I would not have bought that house when I was 26.
Yeah, I haven't bought a house, and I'm familiar with all of but if you're renting, you're not building a tangible asset. All you're doing is handing away money. Well, it's kind of the same with a house when you think about it, particularly with the culture we're in, which emphasizes mobility, flexibility, and pursuit of whatever it is, wherever you're going to find it. I relocated to Las Vegas 9 years ago. I like it here. It's my chosen home. Do I know if I'm going to be here forever? No.
Yeah. I think
But I'll tell you what turned me off permanently to the idea of ever buying a house is a friend of mine who lived in Syracuse, New York, had the opportunity, and this was like a career defining opportunity to take a new job in Montana. She was really excited about going to Montana because she had visited there and she loved the state and wanted to put in stakes there. She lost out on the job opportunity because she couldn't sell her damn house.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not anti buying houses. I just bought a house this year.
Yeah,
But the way that we did it was a little differently. So we bought
yeah.
a house that actually has a mother-in-law attached to it. So what
Oh,
we've done is we've turned the mother-in-law into an Airbnb, and every single month that we've had it listed, we've actually made our mortgage with it. So,
yeah.
if we wanted to say go for a month somewhere else, the house would pay for itself. If
Well,
we
that's not
wanted
bad.
if we want to, we've kind of called it our like 5-year plan.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I'll be in Tulsa forever. Let's be real. It's a
Mhm.
nice place to be for now, but I'm not committed fully yet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we could also turn it into a dual income property at some point, right? So I think for me, it was more about like, I made the decision when I was 26 based on other people's definitions of success, right? And
Yeah. Mhm.
did it the way that other people would have done it. This time I was fortunate that my boyfriend and I kind of did it on our terms, and we
Yeah.
created a reality with it that is
Uh-huh.
actually really supportive for us. And we get to meet super cool people from all over the world that come stay with us. And, it's a whole different experience. So I'd say, again, I'm not fully blanket against it. And you have to do
Yeah.
it in a way that works for you and that's smart.
Right. Right. I mean, it sounds to me like the second time you did it is a bit more in alignment with what you were trying to accomplish. And I got that pressure early on that well, don't rent an apartment, just buy a place. It's like, why would I? And I was living somewhere else at the time. I was living in Pennsylvania. It's like pretty much committed to the idea that I'm not going to be here forever. So why would I plant that stake? I just simply haven't figured out what the next step is. But there is a next step, and it's not staying in this rickety ass backwoods podunk hometown that I couldn't wait to escape from the time I was 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so what famous person, alive or dead, would you like to meet? And if you had the opportunity, what question would you have for them?
Well, I'm going to say this with the full knowing that I'm going to see this person in concert on Saturday. And if I get the chance to meet him, I'm just going to say I manifested it here. All right. So
Yeah.
the answer is Elton John.
Okay.
And what I would love to learn from him is the way in which, he was given song lyrics, and he would take those lyrics and literally just sit down at the piano and let literally like the force of creation flow through him to create this beautiful piece of music. And
yeah,
I find that I like block myself a lot. Like I get in my own way of like letting that force of creation flow through me. And so I'm like, teach me your ways. Tell me, how do you do it? How do you just like let the force of creation literally just come through you and flow out your fingertips? So I'm going to manifest meeting him on Saturday at Dodger Stadium, and then I will report back to you how he does it.
Okay, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So what motivates and inspires Bri to keep going when she's having a tough time or facing a challenge?
2 things. First off, my past self, who is now the second thing, my clients. And really, truly, it's getting up every day. I keep a proof folder of all of the impact that I have in their lives and their businesses. And like, that's what keeps me getting up every day, is knowing like I'm not getting up for myself. And if I don't get up today, I'm not going to be able to make this impact in my clients' lives. And so like, it's about more than me, get over your shit. Stop telling these stupid stories you're telling yourself about not wanting to get out of bed today. Like there are people waiting from you that need the knowledge and wisdom you have to become the unlimited creators of wealth in their business.
Absolutely. So I know you have an invitation for our audience, and I'm going to share that on your behalf in just a moment. And we're about a minute from being done here. So in general, aside from get my thing that Adam's about to tell everybody about, what is one action you would urge our listeners to take as soon as they finish listening to us today?
I would encourage them to gift themselves 1% more belief that it's possible and gumption to create it than you did yesterday. Because oftentimes we think we need to go from 0 to 100. You don't have to go from 0 to 100. Go from 0 to 1 today, 1 to 2 tomorrow. And if you keep showing up every single day for a year, you will have a remarkably different life and business at the end of the year.
Wow, that's great. So here's the invitation. You can see it on your screen if you're watching our companion YouTube channel. Otherwise, I'm going to spell it out for you. It's briseeley.com/brilliance. And that is spelled BRISEELEY.com/brilliance. And essentially, it's a free resource that's about how to make money in your business consistently. So the question is, have you been riding the roller coaster of entrepreneurship with inconsistent and unpredictable revenue? Yes, we all have. So let's change that. It's time to learn how to make more money consistently in your business. Take this workbook. It'll show you how to create consistent revenue. So all you got to do is visit that link at briseeley.com/brilliance, and it will deliver to you what you need to make that very powerful first step. And with that, Bri, thank you so much for being with us today. It's been an honor, and believe me, an education.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning into the Brilliance Plus Passion podcast, where we celebrate entrepreneurs, business creators, and brilliant minds who are making a difference for their community, market, and audience. Remember to visit our website at www.brilliancepluspassion.com and enjoy even more great episodes like this one. Again, while you're here, subscribe to us via your favorite network. We look forward to seeing you next time on the Brilliance Plus Passion podcast.